Hello and welcome to my first Lorcana commentary gameplay video. Today we are taking a look at the first round of the Lorcana Continental challenge, where we see on the left side NA up against EU on the right. We have the players Bellido up against Speci Curley on the right. Yeah, so I would say let's jump right in the first game. So it looks like, yeah, Speci is going first, inking a white rose and then playing the Maleficent 1-drop, which quests for 2. He is playing down the cove here on his first turn and passing it back to Speci, which is now able to quest for 2. Let's see what he's also doing his turn here. So he's playing down the magic broom for 1. Is inking a goat and is playing another magic broom here. So 2 1-drops, which is pretty strong, right? It's some aggressive lore to gain and also some card draw if he needs to get some new cards and new options. So already 4 lore on board for Speci on the right side. Let's see what Dale is doing here to answer this white board already. He's inking a morph and is playing down a Diablo. So we see a Pete, we see a goat and also fire the cannons on Speci's hand here. So interesting to see. I think he will just move the Diablo to the cove and then passing it back, right? So now back to Speci's side. He's questing with the Maleficent. So yeah, the Diablo is now a 2/3 body, so that means the fire the cannons is not able to get rid of this. So he's questing with all of the characters. Already going to 6 ink here. And is then playing down the Pete to stop Dale from playing any action cards in his next turn. He is now in his 3rd turn, so he could ink to go up to 3. Let's see what he's decided to do. So there's no way of maybe shifting the Diablo and singing a song, right? So no actions can be played. See a Hypnotize getting inked here, and then he plays down Ursula. He's the double singer Ursula for 3. And he probably challenges the Maleficent, I would imagine, yeah. So this one is gone. 1 damage on the Diablo, and then back to Speci, which could quest up to 9 lore already in his 4th turn right now. Let's see. We know that he's still having the fire cannons and the gold in his hand, right? Because he inked the Smee last turn. So there could be the option that he is now questing. Maybe he is banishing one of these magic brooms for some additional card draw here, right? Could maybe quest with them, ink something, and then play the gold and banish both the magic brooms to draw 2 additional cards, right? That's what he's debating here. So he's questing with the 2 magic brooms. Goes up to 8 here. 8 lore already. He has 3 ink available. He's also questing with the Pete, or is he attacking? No, also questing with the Pete. 9 lore. Now he's inking. Yeah, I think it was the new steel card, right? And then he plays down the gold. Goes up to 10 already, right? So, yeah, pretty great turn for him. Yeah, so the card that Speci inked was the Gun Tool from the new set, which is a steel 5-cost inkable card, which has a stat line of 4/3 and also has 4 lore printed on him. So really, aggressive lore card, right? Which you can drop on your 5th turn. So yeah, back to Bale. Back to Dale. Let's see what he is doing now. He is on 3 inks right now. He could go up to 4. Has Ursula on board as well as a Diablo, which is in the cove. So I would imagine, maybe play some cheap characters and then singing a Strength of the Raging Fire would be really good, right? To maybe get rid of the Pete and the goat. And then maybe also banishing a room with the Diablo could be good. But let's see what his options are, right? Okay, so he's playing down his own Pete. And then probably moves the Ursula to cove. Let's see. He would need 1 more ink to do that, right? Okay, he's inking another Hypnotize. And then, for 1, he's putting the Ursula to the cove. And now he would probably challenge some characters. Maybe also getting rid of both brooms, right? Just getting rid of this possible draw engine of Speci here. Okay, so the Ursula with her 3-4 stat line now is challenging the compete, and Diablo takes out one of the brooms, both taking some damage here. So Ursula should be at 3 damage and the Diablo should be at 2 damage right now. And back to Speci's turn, which has 4 ink available, a broom and a goat on board, and 10 lore already. Starting off with a quest with the magic broom to go to 11 here. Okay, and then he's playing down the White Rose, which is a new Amethyst card in SRC. It's a 3-cost inkable card with the 3-3 stat line, quests for 1, and has the effect when you play this character, gain 1 lore. So that's, yeah, what he did here. So he's at 12 lore already. Now is the debate what to do with the goat, right? There is the option to maybe kill the Ursula, but then you kill your goat. I think it's, yeah, could be something. Maybe you also take the Cove here, right? Or you just quest with the goat, right? Because this puts you at 13. When the goat is banished, you go to 14 already. And oh yeah, he's also debating. Yeah. Okay, he's getting rid of the magic broom to draw 1 additional card here. He can still ink for a turn. And can maybe play something for 1 or 2 or... Yeah, he's also questing with the goat here. Goes to 13. He... yeah, doesn't ink anything. He has 2 cards in hand and then passing it back to Dale. So Dale has 4 ink available. He has a Pete on board. He has a Ursula and a 1-drop Diablo in the Cove. Ursula has 3 damage and the Diablo has 2 damage on him. And the opponent's, yeah, goat is exerted here. So, yeah, I think now a Strength of Raging Fire would be really good, right? To, yeah, kill both the White Rose and the goat, leaving Speci just with 2 cards in hand. And then maybe you can go wide on your own and maybe catch up with the lore advantage. But let's see. He is double zinging the Sudden Chill. So this means discarding all the cards in Speci's hand, which was the Elsa and the Fire the Cannons. So now 0 cards in hand for Speci. Maybe this is the comeback of Dale, which he needed to get back into this game here. Okay, I think he's inking a Pete and is then playing the Pluto Bodyguard, the new one, which is a 4-cost 1-5 bodyguard. And I think when he has no damage on him, he has 4 attack power, so it's a 5-5 body essentially. Then he trades the Pete with the goat and is questing with the Diablo, so he goes up to 1 and then passing it back to Joe here, which is now at 1 card in hand, 4 ink, and oh, he got the castle on top. Wow, he just plays it down. So the Queen's Castle for 4, which gets 2 passive lore every turn. Yeah, but with the Pluto on board, I mean the yeah, Queen's Castle is easily, yeah, able to get rid of, right? Just attack with the Diablo and attack with the Pluto, and you got rid of the Queen's Castle there. And he is questing with the White Rose to get himself up to 15 already here. And then back to Dale here. Yeah, so Dale challenged with his Diablo into the White Rose. And then played the Anna to, yeah, kill the White Rose, right? Because it was damaged. And is then attacking with the Ursula and the Pluto into the castle, getting rid of all the cards on Speci's side. And he just plays down the Journal Box Follower from top of his deck and is passing it back to Dale here. And he's playing down a Enchanted Diablo here. He will put the Diablo into the Cove. So now I think also the Anna is there. And is then questing with all his characters besides the Diablo, which he just played. So getting up to 5 lore. And then passing it back to Joey here. Let's see what he is top decking here. Maybe he's questing and draws another card with the Journal Box Follower. If the card he draws is not something he wants to play here, right? Just to see some more options. There's a goat, it's a good card, right? Goes up to 16 here. And now's the question, do you even consider to quest with the Journal Box Follower, right? Because it could just that... Yeah, I mean your opponent could just get rid of the card you draw, right? You don't have any ink to play that card. So... yeah, maybe you just leave both active, right? And just say pass. But then when your opponent has some songs, right, like a Let a Storm Rage on, he can just kill your Journal Box Follower, yeah. So he is questing with it, draws another card, and yeah, is passing now to Dale with 1 card in hand here. 17 lower on the board already. Let's see what is Dale's response to this situation here. 2 cards in hand. He has 5 ink to work with. And a pretty threatening board here, right? Okay, so he's singing the Strength of the Raging Fire to get rid of the goat. Puts Speci up to 18 low already, and then he's questing with everything else. Should put him up to, I think, 9, right? Yeah. And is then playing... I can't quite tell what card it is. I think it's a new one. And then he also puts the Pluto up to the cage here. And then he puts the Pluto into the cove. And it is passing it back to the opponent's side here. And yeah, Speci just draw into a Maleficent here. He put 2 Maleficent into play here, right? And I don't know if I like that, right? Because if the opponent, like if Dale has a song, he would just sing it with Ursula, right? Yeah, let so much on and kills both. I think I would rather prefer maybe to just play 1. And then you have another, like, yeah, win condition the next turn, right? But I think on the other side, if, yeah, Dale is able to quest 2 times here, he will just win the game this way. So now he's questing with everything else. Puts himself up to 14. And I think now he is threatening Level the next turn, right? So what is the card that, yeah, could save Joe here? It would be the Gathering Knowledge action, yeah. But Dale also played a Pete, protecting himself from all of that. So yeah, first game goes to Dale. So NA is 1 up against EU. And let's see how the, yeah, match continues here. And let's also take a look at the deck list real quick. Okay, so here we get also a glimpse of the deck list. So yeah, as I mentioned, we got the Emerald Steel variant for Dale, and we got the Amethyst Steel variant for Joe for the EU. And I would say let's jump right into the second game. Okay, so it looks like that, yeah, Joey started again. We couldn't quite saw what he was inking there, and just played on a Maleficent. Now we see Diablo getting played from Dale on the first turn, and the hand is a Genie. We got a Befuddle, Madame Mim, Fox. We got another 1-drop Maleficent, and also a Fire the Cans here. I would imagine the next turn you play the Maleficent and also Fire the Cans on Diablo, right? Taking away all shift opportunities for the opponent, and also, yeah, having a strong board here. Yeah, so here's the Maleficent getting played. Now is the question what to ink to play then the Fire the Cannons on the Diablo, I would imagine. Yeah, he's inking the Madame Mim, and then is playing the Fire the Cannons to get rid of the Diablo, and passing it back to Dale, and also like already having like 6, yeah, I would say guaranteed lower on board, which is pretty good start. Let's see how this one goes. So there's a, we don't talk about Bruno getting inked, and then we're seeing, okay, and then we're seeing just the Doc getting played by Dale here. The 2-drop, 1/3 body, and has the effect when you play this character, you may discard your hand to draw 2 cards, and quest also for 1. And yeah, on Joey we just see a super aggressive play here. He is going even wider with the yeah, Mr. Smee, and also plays the Befuddle on the Doc, and yeah, puts the cards straight into the hand of Dale here. And yeah, he's threatening 12 lower on his next turn, which is pretty intense and pretty insane, right? And there's no board at all for Dale, so I think this one might be a quick one, but let's see. So there's a Pete getting inked for Dale, and he plays down the Singer Ursula for 3. So back to Speci, he is inking another Madame Mim, playing down the Genie, draws another card for his on-play effect, and then is questing for 6 here, goes up to 12. And yeah, right now he, yeah, is threatening Lethal here, right? He has 8 questing power on board. I mean, sure, the Ursula will take out at least one of the Maleficents, but let's see. Hopefully she sings a song and takes out 2 characters, right? But I think the Genie here is really good, right? Evasive Body, 2/4, quest for 2. And I think it's something your opponent has a hard time dealing with it, right? Especially in these steel decks. So there we see Ursula getting inked, which puts him up to 4. Okay, so Dale is now playing down the Muses and is double singing Sudden Chill here, right? the sudden chill, the first sudden chill activated, or like discarded the white rolls. Then there was the Muses effect, bouncing back the Genie. Then there was the second sudden chill effect of the Ursula, discarding the Genie. And then a second Muses got triggered to bounce back one of the Maleficent. So great, yeah, interaction there to get rid of a lot of board presence while also building a character here. And yeah, then we're seeing another Maleficent getting played. Then he's questing with Mr. Smee and also the Maleficent here, I would imagine, to put himself up to 14. And he also plays the dog to refresh his hand and get 2 additional cards here. But I think he's not questing with Mr. Smee. Not quite sure why you wouldn't here, right? I think you just quest with him. Because if there's a song here... I mean, there is the option, right, that there is a song to kill your active characters, and then he, yeah, also get rid of your whole board, right? I think that's the debate here. Okay, he decides to attack with the Mr. Smee into the Ursula, and I think that makes a lot of sense, right? Because the Ursula is threatening, yeah, pretty much like a combined Ursula and Muses is, with the song, is ripping your whole board away, right? Because you can maybe double shoot with the Let the Storm Rage on and then bounce also to other characters, so yeah, makes sense that Mr. Smee is taking out the Ursula here, leaving Dale just with a Muses in play here. Let's see what he is going to do now. He's having 4 inks available, right? Okay, so he's inking another Pete here, goes up to 5, plays then a Diablo for 3, and is playing a dog for 2, and discards, I think it was a Don't Talk About Bruno, to draw 2 more cards here, right? So great way to, yeah, refill up his hand here with some more options for the next turn. There's also the possibility now to sing a song with the Muses and bounce back something, yeah. He drew into Let the Storm Rage on, so he sings it with the Muses. You probably shoot, I would say, one of the Maleficent and then bounce one of the other Maleficent, right? Yep. So one is going to discard, one is going to the hand. One card is drawn for Dale, and then there should be the pass back to Speci here. So let's see, he's now having, I think, 3 cards in hand. He has 4 ink to spend. He's at 15 lower. With the dog, he could quest to go up to 15 here. Yeah, he's questing. So 5 more lower, and he is, yeah, making a 1-1 or equalizing the result right now. Let's see what his options are. Okay, he's playing down a Pete as well as a Maleficent here. So that means no actions and no songs for Dale the next turn. And yeah, that's a tricky spot here, right? Because the Pete and the Maleficent, when they can quest and go through, they put Speci up to 18, and then it would be literally 1 gold to finish the game. Let's see. And also, yeah, you're not allowed to play any songs or like action cards, which include songs, right? So that means that you also can't trigger the Muses effect, right? So I think Dale is a little bit in a tricky situation here. Let's see what he's doing to get out of here. Okay, so he's playing down a Beast for 5. I think he's, yeah, attacking with something on his field to get rid of the dog, I would imagine, right? He's attacking the opponent's dog with his own dog and the Diablo, putting 1 damage on each, and then getting rid of the 3 willpower of the dog here. Is he exerting the Muses here? I think you can, because I think, yeah, Speci is not ever bothering in attacking into your board, right? He's rather interested in putting all your cards, or all of his cards sideways to get to 20 as fast as possible here. So yeah, there we see a quest with all of the characters, and then the gold up to 19. And I think that's the game, right? I think there's nothing that Dale can do to respond to a gold on board, right? Because if you remove it or not, he will gain the missing lower. So I think we can, yeah, and I think that's what we see here. There's a scoop, so 1-1 right now. And yeah, let's see who will be the winner in the first round here. And I would say let's jump right into game number 3. So now it's the first time that Dale is beginning here. He's inking a Morph and plays down Diablo. Okay, so now we get to see all of the cards in Shory's hand. 2 Queen's Castle, 1 Goat, 1 Genie, 1 Befuddle, 1 Gun to the new one, and also 1 Calhoun. Calhoun is a 2-drop uninkable steel character with the 3/2 stat line, so it's like a similar as a Mr. Smee. And it also has to resist 1, so essentially it's a 3/3 character which quests for 1, but it has the effect when you are banishing another character, you're getting 2 lore here, right? Yeah, so making this character like a mini Robin Hood, I would compare this card to the most. So back to Joey, we see a Gun 2 getting inked here, and then there's the Befuddle Plate to bounce back to Diablo, preventing Dale from any shift options. And I think that's, yeah, I think a pretty good option to have, right? What is Dale now doing on his second turn of the deciding game of this best of 3 series here, right? So Dale won game number 1, Joey won game number 2. We are right now seeing game number 3, deciding who is the winner of the first Lorcana Cross Continental Challenge match. There's another, Diablo getting played. Nothing has changed, right? Or I would say, I think the dog is changing, right? Because the Gun 2 was inked, Befuddle was played, and the dog is a new card that got added to this hand. Yeah. Then Dale is inking another card. I can't quite see what card it is, and then he's playing a Cove here for his remaining ink. Back to Joey, he's inking a Goat, which is something you don't want to see, right? And is then playing the Calhoun here, which I just mentioned. 2-cost uninkable, 3/2 stat line with a resist 1, so makes her like a 3/3 body, right? And yeah, passing it back to Dale here. We could maybe see a Ursula getting played in this turn. Maybe a Ursula in a shift Diablo could be also an option, right? But let's see. I think the resist 1 is really good, right? Because all the songs of Dale are also reduced by that, right? So Let the Storm Rage is just 1 damage on this character. So we're seeing a sudden chill getting inked here for Dale. And then he's playing down the 3-drop Singer Ursula, yeah. And is also shifting the Diablo here by discarding another Sit and Chill. And is questing for 1 just to also get the effect of the Diablo off to draw another card here. So pretty strong board already. There we see the additional card getting drawn because it's back to Joey, which is now at 3 ink. He's inking a White Rose, then plays down the Crab to buff the Calhoun to 6 and is then attacking the Cove with the Calhoun. Pretty good play here, right? Because yeah, Diablo is evasive here, so you can't attack this one, but you can get rid of this combination of cards of the Cove. And the Cove is really, a strong card to have on the field, right? I think it's good that you can answer this with this combination of cards here for Joey here. But yeah, still at 0 lore so far. But let's see. He has 4 cards in hand, so right now the card advantage is at Speci's side here, right? But there is a Diablo on the other side, which can negate that effect really quick, right? By drawing additional cards every turn. And now we're seeing a Let the Storm Rage on getting played by the Ursula. And he puts 2 damage onto the Merlin Crab, draws a card, and then he may decide to banish the Crab again and draws another card here. There was also the option to put 2 times 1 damage on the Calhoun, banishing her, right? But I think the Crab overall is a pretty threatening card to have on board, right? Especially with some cards like Mother Mim, Rush Fox, right? To bouncing back, getting additional attack power. Makes sense. We're seeing a Diablo getting inked here, and then he also plays down a Pete. And resulting in that Speci is not able to play any action card in his next turn. And is also questing with the Diablo, which puts Dale up to 2 lore here. And back to Joey's side. Additional card is drawn for Dale here because of the effect of the Diablo. Then we're seeing a Befuddle getting inked here. Then the Calhoun takes out the rested Ursula. And in that process he also gets 2 lore here, which is pretty good, right? And then we're seeing a Genie getting played for 4, which draws Joey another card here. I think he's still at 4 cards or 3 cards, right? Should be 3 in his hand here. No, 4, okay. And now back to Dale's side. He's now at 4 ink. He has a Diablo on board as well as a Pete. I would imagine that the Pete is maybe taking out the Calhoun if he doesn't have any songs available, right? Because otherwise, if he quests with the Pete, then the Calhoun could take out the Pete and also getting Joe another 2 lore here. So I think it makes sense to maybe sacrifice your own character to get rid of this character. But let's see. A Let the Stormage on would be the best, I think, way to get rid of this Calhoun character. Okay, so Dale is starting off with a Diablo here, right? So we get to see, yeah, the cards in Joey's hand here. A Elsa, a Dog, and then 2 Queen's Castle as well. Interesting. I think the Elsa is really good right next turn because you then, yeah. I mean, also with the Genie on board, you have option to get rid of the Diablo, right? But this makes it even tougher. So 2 castles, a Dog, and an Elsa for Speci. Then we're seeing a 1-drop Diablo getting inked again to play down another Singer Ursula for 3. Then the Pete is taking down the Calhoun here. And then he is questing with the Diablo for 1. And yeah, back to Joey here. Another card is drawn of the Diablo effect here for Dale. I think now we're seeing a Queen's Castle getting inked. Probably the Elsa getting played and then takes out the Diablo, I would imagine, and you quest with your Genie for 2 more, right? I think you would rather attack with the Elsa because the Elsa can't quest when she comes into play and also has just 1 lore, right? So you'd rather quest with the Genie and take something out with your... Okay, so there's a Magic Broom getting inked. Then there's the 5-drop Elsa getting played, resulting in the Diablo, yeah, getting rested by the Elsa effect. And now we're seeing the... I think Genie is taking out the small Diablo and the Elsa is taking out the Diablo. I like that as well, right? Taking off the characters from Dale's side and resulting also in a weaker Strength for Raging Fire. I think that was something to play around here. And now Dale is left with just a Ursula in play and I think 3 cards in hand. And Joey also has 3 remaining in his hand. And Dale is responding with a Anna here. Probably a Anna with her effect. I would imagine you get rid of the Genie here because he is questing for 2. And both have 3 like willpower remaining. Okay, he gets rid of the Elsa here. I mean, I can see that, right? Because with the bounce options you can reuse the Elsa effect, so maybe it makes sense to get rid of this. Then we're seeing, I think it was another Ursula getting inked here, not quite sure. So 1 card for Dale, no, 2 cards in hand for Dale, and he doesn't do anything with his Ursula. So she's staying active here. Back to Joey here, 5 ink available, so he's playing down the Queen's Castle. Then he quests with his Genie, and he's probably pulling the Genie into the Queen's Castle, I would imagine, for his remaining ink. He has also the option to ink something. Okay, yeah, so he puts the Genie into the Queen's Castle and is then passing it back to Dale with 3 cards in hand here. Let's see what is Dale doing to answer this board here. So I think his total attack power is 4, right? Anna has 2 and Ursula has 2, so there's no way he can, yeah. I mean, the way would be to play maybe a Zeus and then attacking with one of the characters, but I don't think it is the best way here. Let's see. Starting off with Hypnotize, so this means drawing 1 card and making Speci discard 1. He's discarding a Fire the Cannons here, resulting in 2 cards left for Speci here, right? But if the Genie and the Queen's Castle stays on board, this means, yeah, he gets to draw another additional card during the start of his next turn, filling up his hand really quick. Now we're seeing a Sudden Chill getting sung by the Ursula here, discarding 2 more cards for Speci here. So this means all of the cards in his hand are gone, but as I mentioned, yeah, with the Queen's Castle and the Genie on board, he will just draw 2 cards again. during the start of his next turn. And I think that's something he doesn't mind at all. And then we're also seeing a Pluto getting played for Dale's side here. In bodyguard mode, protecting the Ursula and the Anna with his 5/5 stat line here. So let's see. So there's another genie getting played. Wow. So he's playing down another genie, draws another card. Maybe he inks something, right? He's questing with his other genie. Also got the 2 lore of the Queen's Castle, so puts him up to 8 already, and he's also playing down a Magic Broom here. 1 card in hand, and yeah, 2 genies, a Queen's Castle, and a Magic Broom on board. And I think now it's really good because the Pluto is able to get rid of the Queen's Castle. But I think we need some songs here, right? A Strength of Raging Fire would be really good here. Okay, but at least we're seeing a Let the Storm Rage on, which fills up Dale's hand by 2 more cards and also getting rid of 1 of the genies. So 2 damage on the active genie here. He gets to draw another card. Then he's putting the other 2 damage on the genie, resulting in a knockout here. Bottom decks the Let the Storm Rage on. Then the Pluto is taking out the Queen's Castle here with his 5 attack power. Then he's questing with the Anna here. And he also has 7 ink available. Plays down a more for his 2 ink. And I think he's passing it back to Joey here, right? Yep, that's what we see here. So I think, yeah, it looks right that Dale is slowly getting back into the game here with his board. I'm slowly getting rid of all the cards of Joey's side here. We are seeing a quest of the genie here. Puts Speci up to 10 lower already. Half the game done. Then we're seeing a quest of the Magic Broom, puts him up to 11 here. Then he's playing down a gold for 4 of his ink, puts him to 12, and is also banishing the Broom to draw another card, and is just playing down another Magic Broom in the active. So I think was a pretty great turn for Speci here, right? Just cycle a little bit through his deck, get some new bodies on board, accelerate his lore count, everything you want to see. Let's see what Dale's options are here. So we're starting off with a Hypnotize here. So yeah, Mother Mim, Fox getting discarded for Joey. And Dale is drawing another card off of the second effect. Then we're seeing a Let the Storm Rage on. And now it's really wrecking Speci's board apart. We're getting rid of the genie, we're getting rid of the gold. Puts Joey up to 13 lore here with the removing of the gold of the field. Then he's questing with everything else here, puts him up to 9 lore, and then he's passing it back to Joey here. There we see a quest of the Magic Broom, and is playing down a journal box follower, removing the broom to draw another card, and is playing down another gold, up to 15 lore already. Wow, it's really lucky and draws into these golds here, right? I think 1 gold was inked at the beginning, so I think there's only 1 gold left in the deck, I would imagine. Okay, so now we're seeing a We Don't Talk About Bruno getting played by Dale, putting the gold back to the hand, which increases Joey's lore count by 1, and then discarding the gold because it was the only card in his hand here. Then he's questing with the remaining cards, putting him up to 14 lore, and now he's passing it back to Joey. Let's see what he drew off the top of his deck here. 5 ink available, 1 card in hand, and 1 journal box followers in his field. Now we're getting to see a quick peek into the discard pile of Joey here, I think, just to hedge a little bit the risks, right? But I think on Joey's side, you're kind of forced to play kind of what you are drawing into, right? To have a chance to squeeze out this game here. So let's see. There are 5 lore on board for Dale, so it's not quite lethal the next turn. So Joey still has, I think, 2 turns left to win this game here. Maybe you're starting off by a quest of the journal box follower to draw additional card, maybe to see your other options for this turn before committing and playing something, right? I think that's what he's doing here. He's questing with the journal box follower, going up to 17 here, draws another card, and now he is deciding what to play here. And then there's a genie getting played for 4, drawing another card, and then for his last 2 ink he's playing down the Mr. Smee. So now we are threatening lethal the next turn if Dale doesn't have any songs to answer this board. Yeah, and I think that's it, right? He just played down a Muses, and I think it was a Ursula. So no song for Dale, and that means that, yeah, Joey is able to quest with these 2 characters he has on board to 21 and wins the game here. So yeah, let's wrap things up. So Speci won 2-1 up against Dale with his Amethyst Steel deck on the right, up against Dale with his Emerald Steel on the left side, which we see here. And I would say, yeah, congratulations to him. So this puts the total score up to 1 for EU and 0 for NA. And yeah, if not already done, please subscribe to the channel. I will provide all of the Lorcana Cross Continental challenges. Videos, like all games, will be, yeah, streamed. So yeah, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because I will provide with all of the videos of the Lorcana Cross Continental Challenge. So you have one place to rewatch all of the games. So yeah, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment, and yeah, share with your friends. And I hope to see you on game number 2 of round 1 of the Lorcana Cross Continental Challenge. Have a good day. Bye.